have made our way into the kitchen, and in honor of National Pie Day, that's P-I, not P-I-E, we're making pies anyway. So here to make us an old school American classic, a luscious shaker lemon pie. Welcome back the author of Southern Pies and our very good friend, Nancie McDermott. Welcome back, Nancie. Great to be here. Thank you for being here.
Oh,
so it's actually National P.I. Day.
Exactly, which is a math thing, but math, pie, dessert, it's all the same.
Baking is science.
Baking is science.
I love it. Why not eat some pie? So joining Cam at the counter is Maria and Ken. You guys dig in.
Okie dokie.
And Nancie's going to give us a little bit of a history lesson about a shaker pie. What exactly is a shaker pie?
So the Shakers were a religious group, came over from England, New York, Massachusetts, Ohio, and ended up in Kentucky, which is how I came across them in this pie when I was researching Southern pies. And it's an old one. This is from the 19th century. And the Shakers were a frugal, responsible, thrifty group, and they said, don't waste anything. So when you've got a lemon, well, we're going to take off that little tiny stem end and that little blossom end. And then they said, well, there's just so much flavor here. Why would you squeeze out the juice? So they have a pie where, you know, when you're going to slice something round, take off just a little bit of it, then it won't roll around so much, and slice crosswise all the way through as thinly as you can.
And they use everything.
They use everything.
Except for the seeds.
Exactly. You can pick, you know, even the seeds probably won't hurt you, but you can pick those out. But you slice it as thinly as you can, and then you come in little strips. And if you don't have a super sharp knife, use a serrated knife. A lot of people have a serrated bread knife. And you make it into little bits
and
like
that's
this.
what you've done right there?
Exactly. So this is a whole bowl full of chopped up, whole thing, everything but the seeds, lemons.
Okay.
Doesn't it smell? Can y'all smell it over there?
Good.
And don't judge because you think this is going to be sour and bitter, but the Shakers also loved sugar.
Wow.
And so we are going to make up for that, the bitterness, you know, life is the bitter with the sweet. Look at the sugar. The lemons have disappeared.
There you go.
So then it's a matter of stir, stir, stir. And the next thing
That's
is...
how you make lemonade.
Exactly.
Just
Lemonade.
if you're making fresh lemonade, you just use lemons, water, and sugar.
Exactly. Lemonade. Marmalade is another thing to think of. Marmalade has the entire
That's
lemon.
what it reminds me of. It reminds me of a marmalade flavor.
Exactly. So you mix these together, and I would, you know, keep going another minute, get them all coated, but it's all grainy. It looks like sugar.
Sure.
You let that set for 3 hours minimum. You can let go 24 hours.
So overnight even.
Yes.
Just on your counter.
Home and Family is on the team. The test kitchen is on the team, and so this is the same mixture. Look at all the juice.
Oh,
Look how luscious that is. And when your daughter is helping you make this, you tell her, could you stir the lemons?
Oh,
I think they need a little stir. You can't overdo the stirring part of it. They'll soften up. They'll get so liquid. And now we're ready. This is so easy. I tell you what, you make this 2 times, you'll just remember. So I've got 4 beautiful eggs. Debbie, I'm going to have you mix that.
Okay.
And we're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour.
All right.
And, you know, if it'll all mix up cooking, and a tiny bit of salt.
Okay.
And we'll mix those together and add in the lemons.
Sorry
and
about
keep
that,
going.
Nancie.
You're good. You're
It's
good.
almost gluten-free.
It's, well, you know what? You could make it in custard cups and have a lemony thing. The important thing with this, I think, is you definitely want, here's Nancie's rule, serve it with whipped cream or ice cream, because that does mediate, that does moderate. I don't think the Shaker people did that, but that's something that I like to do, because almost everybody loves it when it's like that.
I was waiting for you to strain out the lemon peel or something like that.
No,
that's why it is the whole, you're using the whole thing. That's going to have an incredible flavor component.
And when you bake that gets so soft.
Exactly. So this is a custard pie with extra goodies in it.
Now, how many lemons did it take?
You would do 2 lemons.
That's it.
That's it.
If I'm using little tiny ones, I might use 3. You know, don't get the biggest one as big as a baby's head, but you know, I have done it with great big ones. You really can't have too much.
So now you made your pie crust?
Exactly, and I've got
bottom and top.
Yes, or you can buy it, you can make it, and I'm bringing this over, and I'm going to use my little knife.
This is truly one of the most simple pies you've ever made on this show.
I'm telling you, remember the recipe, and it won't go wrong. It will cook in about, so this is we're gonna put it into a 400-degree oven, which is pretty hot to get it a start. I'm sorry?
No egg wash?
You know what, if you like to do that, you can do it, but it comes out so beautifully even without that. So now you want to pinch I'm just going to reach down. And I like to do this in you don't need a deep dish for this.
Okay.
If you do it in a deep dish one, that's okay. But it's kind of, there's so much going on that you don't,
really
just
don't
that
need
old
to.
homey pie plate that you've got
And
is
make
going
it
to be
look
just
rustic
fine.
this way.
Exactly. So I'm going around. I would probably trim that. Let me get that
You want
little
this
knife
little knife
back.
again,
Yes.
or-
As you're finishing that up, I'll ask you, what other citrus fruits would you
that's a good
recommend
question.
for this pie?
I love it with limes.
down.
With lime.
Lemon and lime mixture is really beautiful.
Oh, nice.
And I've got these pressed together and I'm pinching, and then I
Okay.
could crimp it, or I could come in with a
your
fork
fork and make it
and
pretty.
make it gorgeous.
You know, how
And
about
of
Meyer
course,
lemons? That
Meyer
would be a good
lemons
one.
would be awesome.
Right.
I mean, and in Southern California, you
have
probably
them
have them on
everywhere.
trees somewhere.
Yeah.
Because Meyer lemons are a mix of a lemon and mandarin orange. So they've, that tones down that
little
bitterness
sweeter.
that can be a little bit too much for people.
Yeah.
And
So we pop this guy in, we put this in, you grab the other one out?
Yes.
So how long did
switcheroo.
you say?
So 15 minutes at 400, and that just gives the crust a start on browning, and it gives the, that bottom crust gets a start. Plus, when you open the oven door at 350, you lose a lot of heat.
Okay, so wait, 15 minutes at 400.
Right.
And then?
Then you cut it down to 375.
For how long?
30 to 40 minutes. This pie really bakes. It will puff up. I mean, you can see those eggs know what to do. I think the
Yeah,
eggs
they
and the
do.
lemon just really sort of kick in there.
And do you serve
And
it room temperature? Do you serve it warm? What's the traditional
I like
way?
it room temperature. I did try it warm
Like a
because
lemon meringue kind of.
Exactly. You
Okay.
could go anywhere. I mean, just not cold, just
Right.
not outright cold. But it keeps really well. This is a great one to take to that potluck or family reunion.
We already have one
and
over
it
here. You don't have
slices
to
up.
cut it.
Look at here.
that.
I mean, it's
And I
just
will
it's
t-
beautiful.
I know, Nancy, that your husband is not a huge fan of lemons, so you changed it up a little bit for him.
I said, "How do you like it?" And he said, "It's tangy," which is a code for. That's like saying it was interesting.
Oh my God.
So I made it with an orange, and I thought maybe it's going to be too juicy, but I tried. It was a little bit more. It was a little bit more soft, but it was delicious. Now to me, it's like it tastes like orange, and that's not as interesting.
Right.
But he loved it. I texted him today to make sure, and he said it was sweet and wonderful.
Aww.
And I said, "Are you talking about me or the
You,
pie?"
just like
Look at you.
That's right.
Let's
You
gotta
guys
try
have a
it.
bite. I'll tell
Sweet,
everybody at
wonderful,
home
just
the
like
full
Nancy.
recipe will be at hallmarkchannel.com, of course. And you can connect with Nancy on her website as well.